Hi, welcome to the channel. The time has arrived. Today we are discussing, and I'm going to give you a peek at our 2021-2022 daily homeschool schedule. Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm happy to have you. I hope that while you're here, you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. If you've been with me before, thank you for coming back, and I hope that this video is pleasing. Okay, the rat race is going, and it shouldn't be a rat race. But I am making adjustments here at The Life of Tillmans because we need a little more structure to our day. We have lots of extracurricular activities. My girls, I have a volleyball player and a basketball player. She's doing both of those simultaneously. I have a dancer who has just increased a level in dance and therefore increased in the number of classes that she has each week. And I also have a toddler who is starting her first, well, not her first, but her second extracurricular activity, which is gymnastics. Our schedules are crazy. I also have a traveling husband, and not to mention just appointments and games and just stuff, life, right? Well, I tried last year I did way extreme. I went the year before, previous years of doing like a schedule that I felt like was a little too restrictive. And so then I just threw the whole schedule away. Two polar opposites. There is a happy medium. You just have to find one that works for your household. And that is what I am doing right now. Because we need more structure in our day. I felt like the day just kind of ran away from me. And I would look up and it's 2 o'clock and we have to get things going and get stuff packed up and work on dinner and all of that because we had other activities in the evenings that we needed to do. Do I want our homeschool to go until 2 or 3 o'clock? Absolutely not. So that was another part of it, that our days were a little long sometimes. And I didn't like that because my brain and our girls' brains just kind of like shut off or shut down around like 1 o'clock. It's almost like our body was in this rhythm and our brains would shut down, but it's like, oh, but we still have this that we want to do, or the girls wanted to do whatever. It just kind of got away from us. So I am incorporating a schedule back in, but it looks and feels a little different because I feel differently about the schedule. So that is what I have been working on, planning the schedule, period. I gave you guys 6 steps that I take to kind of get ready for the year. And this is an added one. I don't necessarily have to do this every year unless I'm making changes. And this year I'm making changes. So with that being said, over the summer, I have spent time just trying things out. What would it look like? Because I have a toddler now who she's ready to learn, and we have been doing lots of things with her and she's really enjoying it. And with that, I'm having to incorporate her more into our homeschool day, which I'm super excited about, but it can be challenging when you have 3 children. And I want to give the girls each their own individual time because there are areas where they need it. Math and language arts are big areas where my girls need it. One of my daughters is doing teaching textbooks and she really can do that on her own, but I just like to be present so that she knows that if she does have a question, she can pause it, she can ask me, we can talk about it and move on. I don't want to leave the room and leave her feeling as if she just has to do it on her own. I don't think that she's 100% ready for that. And I don't want to rush her. But being on the computer and doing her math, she really enjoys that. But when I get a test grade that's a 70, clearly she missed a concept in that lecture. And that's something that we need to work on. So there have been a couple of times where that has happened. And that's why I found like it was important for me to be present, even if I'm just sitting at my desk working on other things, so that she knows if she needs my help, she can ask me. Language arts is another thing. My girls are reading. They have reading as a part of their master books curriculum, and it's great. They can read typically and go through and do everything, but I like to sit down and read those Bible stories with them. It's a part of just our time. That is another area where I like to give my big girls their individual time. Also, my toddler, I want her to have individual time, but there are areas within her curriculum that will fall in line with my big girl's curriculum. For example, handwriting is one of those areas. Spelling is another one of those areas. And that's how I'm kind of weaving our schedule together, because I want her to sit at the table with us or wherever we are doing homeschool and feel included. I don't want her to feel like she has to be gone while we're doing things. It doesn't help with the homeschool environment within our home. So that is how I'm the foundation that I'm building our schedule on, to make sure that those are things that I am being intentional. And I just put up a video about our word for the year, but being intentional about spending that time with the girls when it's needed, and making sure that they know that I am available to them if and when they have questions. I also spend time and sit down, and if I'm grading work, I do it with them. This helps that if a problem comes up that they got incorrect, we can sit down and talk about it immediately. I don't have to go over it and look at it and then call them back later on. That whole thing. We're sitting and we're doing it together. I can be encouraging to them, still give them their little sticker on their worksheet, their smiley face or whatever it is, to let them know that they're doing a good job, and just to keep trying, just keep working at it. Intentional about doing that. I think that it helps with building their confidence and helping them to understand that they're not supposed to get everything right all the time, but that they also do have to keep working at it in order to get it correct. So that is a part of our process over here. And I want to give you guys a glimpse of what our schedule looks like. I'm going to preface this with saying this schedule will likely change. What I have done, and I've written it down like 3 or 4 times, but what I have done is try to make sure that those things that I just mentioned, that I'm intentional about creating a schedule that fits with those things, that allows for me to be intentional with independent time with my toddler, and being able to be there for my big girls for certain subjects that they need assistance with. So that is how I have built out the schedule. Is it going to be on the dot followed? No, but the order of it will be. I put timestamps next to it to make sure that I wasn't creating a school day that would take us until 3 or 4 o'clock, because it's, in my opinion, it's not necessary. They're not at that point where they ever need to school for 8, 7, 6 hours in a day. I just don't think that we're there. And I hope that we never get there. But needless to say, at this stage, we're not there. So I did not want to create that type of schedule. I also didn't want the schedule to be so rigid that they didn't have time to literally stand up and grab another book. Okay? I put in lots of breaks, but I also thought about, and I've been watching my girls over the summer, how they move and just how they are functioning with the different subjects that they are doing, because it helps me to know that they can sit down and do handwriting for 15 minutes and they don't have a problem with it. But maybe wordly wise, they need to do 10 minutes and take a break for a couple of minutes and then come back and do another 10 minutes. Something like that. Working with my toddler on her curriculum all summer long, she's done an amazing job. The curriculum has so many components to it. It's so much movement, manipulatives, body breaks, things like that, that she doesn't get bored. There's rarely a time where she is like, I don't want to do this, or she's not excited about it. And that is what I do really love about the curriculum that she is using, because it's so active. She's not bored at all. And I have so many different components or manipulatives here that I add into it if for some reason she is getting that way, because it can be a little repetitive from week to week. But you add in different things and make it fun. Okay, without any further ado, I like saying that, further ado. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what I have written down. Disclaimer, I do not have the best handwriting in the world. So that's number one. And then number 2, I literally just took the polish off of my nails and my nails are stained. So try not to even pay attention to that, okay? Okay, here we go. The first thing I do is write down all of the subjects that we will be covering so that I do not forget anything. So I have language arts, math, which is teaching textbooks in Saxon. I have writing, handwriting, which is the good and the beautiful, geography, which is our My Father's World curriculum, but My Father's World covers Bible, art, music, geography, science. But I just put it all under geography, but I know that that is a part of it. Pre-K curriculum, which is the letter of the week, vocabulary, spelling, foreign language, and African American history. Just to make sure that everything is here. My Father's World also covers history as well. Everything is here so that I don't forget anything. I put little check marks as I was writing things down to make sure that it made its way to the schedule. I have done several versions of the schedule. This is the first version, but then I moved on to a second. I'm going to show you the second version because I like it a lot better. First, I also have to share with you, I write in erasable pens because things change and I like these. They write like an ink pen, but they erase like a pencil. These are awesome. And it allows me to be able to color coordinate names because there's multiple colors. Here is our current schedule option. Everyone is in green, Brenna is red, Brenna and Maggie are in blue, and Mallory is in pink, and Maggie is in orange. 8 o'clock is breakfast. My girls wake up at 7 by choice, and they have from 7 a.m. until 7:30 to do whatever it is that they want, whether that's reading or a craft or puzzles, whatever it is, just quietly, they have the option to work on whatever they want. Then at 7:30, they begin getting dressed. So I don't have those times on there, but they begin getting dressed 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Breakfast is always ready at 8. So during breakfast, we will do Bible and read alouds. That may be read alouds that go along with our curriculum, something we're interested in, whatever it may be. And then at 8:30, we'll do cleanup and prep. Now, this is a rhythm. This is normal for us. Any day of the week, Sundays, Saturdays, any day of the week, if we're at home, this is our normal rhythm. So I did base the morning routine off of what we normally do. A lot of this is based off of our already set rhythm for our day. The next thing is after that, during cleanup and prep, it's like clean up the table, brush your teeth, wash your face and hands, prepare for school, fill up your water cups, all of those things. Then we will start, and I will start with my tot and do calendar time with her. This is our independent time. So she's in pink, and my big girls, Brenna and Maggie, are working on vocabulary, which is vocabulary and their word ladders. This should actually be spelling. And then they will continue to work. They will move to Wordly Wise while I'm doing letter of the week with her. This may seem like a long time from 9 to 9:40, but the curriculum that I use for her is so fast moving that she does not get bored. She doesn't get tired. And this is her peak time for focus right here, which is why I have her in the morning first. She's ready to go because around about 10:15, right in this area, as you can see, she's up for a break because she needs time. So this is the time that I will work with her, and my big girls will do their independent thing. This will actually be, they'll be doing vocabulary and word ladders at this time, and then they'll move on to Wordly Wise. Then my tot will take a break, and my bigs will keep going because they can usually go for an hour or more with no problems. I mean, they may stand up for a body break, but that's pretty much it. We will all go into spelling at 9:45. My tot does spelling also. She has spelling that's a part of her curriculum. So if I'm here and I come across a spelling activity for that day, I'll just save it so that she can do spelling with her sisters at the same time. This helps her feel included. And we will do spelling. I also have tons of spelling manipulatives and games for her level that she and I can work on while my big girls are doing spelling also. Then we all go into handwriting. She uses my tot, my 4-year-old uses the Good and Beautiful doodles, and my big girls use the Good and the Beautiful also, levels 3 and 4. and we will all do handwriting. My tot will only do handwriting for about 10 minutes. My big girls will do handwriting for 15 minutes. Tot takes a break, and my big girls, I'm sure, will take a break in there and change things over while we're going through here and I'm getting things together. But then we will go into our My Father's World curriculum. We will do that for about 45 minutes. It's super interactive as well, so I don't see us struggling to get through that portion at all. Then we will go into, my big girls will go into writing. We will do our writing strands and then also Spanish as a family. Now, will my tot sit for Spanish the whole time? No, but in our schoolroom, there's tons of things for her to do quietly and she's accustomed to doing that. So I'll just have her sit down and she can just listen to us. But she loves to learn new words. I will add in Spanish videos. We will add in music, whatever it needs to be to make this come to life for her. My girls will do writing and while she's playing around. So 15 minutes each of that. This is the time where I will sit with my girls and do teaching textbooks and language arts for Brenna. I don't do both of them math at the same time or both of them doing language arts at the same time because it just gets too much. But separating it this way is perfect. My tot will rest or she will play or she will go downstairs and watch some educational videos on TV. There's lots of options for her. I just put rest/play. Typically we have lunch 12 to 12 or 12:15, somewhere in that time. And while the girls are eating lunch, we will do read alouds. More reading to just have a good time. Nap and play for my tot, and then I'll go into Saxon with my biggest girl and language arts with my middle baby girl at 1 o'clock. My tot is still doing her own thing. Then we will go into our history curriculum. I don't expect my baby girl, my 4-year-old, to sit for this, but I did put all there because she can just be in the room and listen, and she's still going to learn. And we end our day at 2 o'clock. The girls can do read alouds. We can do read alouds. I'll have them do read alouds, or they can do independent reading, or we may have to prep for things down here. I put extracurricular activities that the girls may need. On Monday and Wednesday, my big girl has volleyball practice at 3 o'clock. We have to leave at 2:30 to get her there, changed, and ready to go. So if we're ending at 2 o'clock, then that means we're immediately going into prepping to leave the house so that we can be gone in 30 minutes, which is plenty of time for us to just gather ourselves and walk out the door. I also put here on Tuesdays, my baby girl will have gymnastics at 1 o'clock. So where we see nap and play, our lunch will last until about 12:45 and then we will leave. It only takes us a little while to get to gymnastics for her, and that'll be our time. So this is I call it a rough draft. It's a fluid draft of our schedule that will change. I know that it will. I will update you when it does because we are just getting our feet wet back into a schedule, and I don't want it to be, okay, it's 10:15, let's hit it. I don't want it to be rigid, but we need a guide, and I'm going to use this as a guide to help our day flow a lot more smoothly than it has in the past. Okay, as you can see, that is our schedule. I promise you I will let you know when I make changes because I know that adjustments are going to be needed as we transition back into, it's different, a different day for us with homeschooling. I'm curious to know, what type of schedule do you have? Do you do block schedule? Do you rotate? Do you whatever? I don't know. What do you do? Let's chat about it because it's important to get a sure fit schedule for your homeschool. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. YouTube loves it and I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and I will see you right back here at the Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.